And before we get started, I'd like to remind everyone of our civility guidelines, which are as follows. To listen first. We will make an honest effort to understand views and reasoning of others by listening to understand, not listening to find fault, and allowing thoughtful discussion to lead to the best possible outcomes. Respect different opinions. We will invite and consider different perspectives, allowing space for ideas to be expressed, opposed, and clarified in a constructive manner. Show courtesy. We will treat all colleagues, staff, and members of the public in a professional and courteous manner, whether in person, online, or in written communication, and especially when we disagree. Criticize constructively. We strive to advance solutions to community issues, and when faced with disagreement, we do more than simply share our concerns with differing positions. We work to propose a course of action for mutual benefit. Debate the policies and not the person. We will focus on the issues and not personalize debate or use other tactics that divert attention from the issue. And speakers should direct comments to the council, not the audience or the staff, and should avoid personal attacks, abusive language, or other disruptive behavior. When I call your name, please come up and be ready to speak and line up, and you will have 3 minutes. Jeffrey Specht, Grace McIntosh, and Steve Del Martini, please.
Good evening. Oh, that's pretty loud. My name is Jeffrey Specht, lifetime resident of San Luis Obispo. What I usually speak at these meetings, what I believe to be local corruption, misuse of the people's money. This will be no different than normal. For well over a year, we have not been able to come in and speak for public comment. Repeatedly, over a year and a half, I've made effort to try to get in on your video Zoom meetings. I've been not able to get in. All but one meeting I was able to get in on, only because I used someone else's identity and equipment to actually get in. When we used her equipment earlier, using my identity, didn't get in. This is what I believe a violation of the California Brown Act, that this city council, Mayor Harmon, our city attorney, city manager, staff, this is your administration that I believe guilty of this. I'm not the only one who's tried to get in on these meetings. In fact, it would seem the only that are able to get in on your meetings are those that will not oppose what you folks are doing. This has got to stop. These meetings, the voice of the people is the single most important thing about these meetings. We, the people. That's who elected you, and that's who you work for. This does not take place, and there needs to be change. And I plan on heading that situation to do exactly this. In my opinion, all of you need to be recalled for this kind of stuff. Thank you.
Grace McIntosh, and then Steve Del Martini, and then Ann Meyer, please.
Good afternoon, Madam Mayor, members of the City Council. My name is Grace McIntosh. I am the Director of 40 Prado, CAPSLO's program here in SLO City. And some of you may know that I am going to be stepping down from my position to go start a new chapter in New Orleans. And before I have an opportunity to introduce our new director, Jack Leahy, I just want to say my heartfelt thanks for your support. Every single one of you has been so supportive. Your staff, your amazing staff, starting with Derek, Michael, Kara, the new wonderful addition of Kelsey. She came and spent the entire day at 40 Prado like week 2. She was at a meeting today to get a better understanding of how we operate. She's going to come on Friday night to see what our nights are like. I'm so grateful for that support. Your PD and fire, caring, compassionate, probably there a lot more than they would like, but always there to support us. And I'm so grateful for that. I think we've done a lot of great work together as a community. I know Jack will be a wonderful addition, but I just wanted to say thank you so much. It has been an honor and a pleasure to work with you. Jack?
Grace, thank you so much for your service.
Thank you. I know I have very large shoes to fill. Well, Madam Mayor, City Council, it's an honor to be here. I was thinking about what I might say today, but really, my role here is to listen, to understand what are the issues at play that are causing homelessness and how we can alleviate it as a group of partners. Because I truly believe that only through robust partnerships, private, public, can we actually solve this issue. Some background on me, I have been working in homeless services in Los Angeles for the last 11 years, in Venice, Skid Row, Hollywood, and San Fernando Valley. A lot of different aspects in each community, but the overriding thing that I always found is that it's really about partnerships. It's about getting to know you all, getting to know the PD, getting to know the fire department and other service providers so we can come up with solutions. So it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah, welcome, Jack.
Good evening, Steve Del Martini, San Francisco. Am I unmuted? Can you hear me? Has my time started? Thanks for your patience. Anyway, I'm still 44 years in real estate and still in that position. Can't find anything else that will take my qualifications. But what I wanted to say was going back to the last budget. I really was pleased that there was a consensus to go ahead and fund the police department. I know that that was an issue that weighed heavy on everybody, and so that outcome, at least for me, seemed appropriate. But what I want to say, and probably most importantly, is I think what happened in this community, or part of it, because there was an organized group of people that at one point wanted, I think it was a 33% reduction in the budget, and then I think near the end it went to about a $5 million budget reduction. But what I found interesting was this group got to, because I think of Zoom, this group got to be heard, and they were there at a lot of meetings, and they were pushing their ideas, and I don't think that, not everybody has the opportunity to come to a meeting in person, and not everybody wants to come to a podium. Some people just don't like that. So I think the upside of Zoom and the upside of some of the budget talks and those type of things did allow people to voice their opinions, and I really respected the fact after the decision was made to fund the police, which again I think was admirable, was that you all got to take time and explain to the people that were in these coalitions why you voted that way and how you did respect their decisions and their obligation to come forward and encouragement to keep moving on, because that's what will make things happen in this city. So I just want to let you know I for one appreciated that. I never spoke on Zoom for a year and a half, so I'm going to be back. Thank you for your time.
You've been missed, Mr. Del Martini. Thank you for that. After this current speaker, we have Barry Rands and Janine Rands. Ms. Meyer? Are you Ann?
Yes.
It's your turn.
Oh, I thought yes. Okay, thank you. My name is Ann Meyer, and my home is on San Luis Obispo.
Ms. Meyer,
Yes.
You need to just address the council, not the audience.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah,
Should I
thank you.
start over?
That's up to you, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm Ann Meyer, and my home is on San Luis Obispo. Today, I'm inviting everyone to join in a 50-state discussion on what it means to be a de jure form of government rather than a de facto form of government. The conversation will take place from August 30th through September 8th. Find more information at dejureforshore.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rands, and then Ms. Rands.
Good afternoon, or good evening, Madam Mayor, City Council members. As all of us are aware, Sal Cortez was died in a fatal collision on Suburban Road in Higuera while he was riding his bike home just a week or so ago. And he was killed by a truck that turned right as he was proceeding straight through that intersection. And first of all, I want to express my condolences to the family and friends of Sal. I didn't know him myself, but heard he was just a wonderful guy. Going to be sorely missed in this community. And I would like to make a plea to the city. I know there's plans to improve that intersection. It's very dangerous. To move that up on the agenda of things to do. And also a plea to all of us that drive. There's a lot of places in the city where right-turning traffic needs to be careful of bicyclists that are in the bike lane. So please, 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 don't just look out for traffic ahead of you. Look in your rear view mirror on the right side. Make sure there's no bicycles there when you're making right turns. Thank you.
Thank you so much. City Clerk, is that the last public comment?
Yes, it is.
All right, thank you so much. I think it would be useful for folks that are speaking at the podium for a comment to maybe get closer to the microphone, or if there's adjustments that can be made behind the scenes. I'm not sure how that works. The new system.
Yeah, I think that overall, the rule of thumb is you want to kind of use your thumb and your pinky, and that's the kind of distance you're shooting.
But I was too close though, right? Because I was like, listen. Okay.
So,
This is what's up. Okay. All right. Thank you for that feedback.
Madam Mayor, if I could just take the opportunity, it was very unfortunate we heard the passing of Salvador Cortez. He did work with the city of San Luis Obispo. He was one of our benefits administrator. I know that our police department and our public works department are doing an after incident report. We'll be looking at the conditions in which resulted in the tragic death of Mr. Cortez. And we'll be looking at what are the appropriate improvements. I just want to remind the council that our plan is to return it back in February of 2022 once we've had a chance to look at our progress on the ambitious CIP program that we have underway. And we should have a report in the next month about the staffing that we need to support the expanded CIP program that Measure G is allowing us to move forward with. And we expect to come back with recommendations both on staffing and to add an additional project for the Higuera area. And we're not quite sure how much 1.7 million would take us in terms of the scope of the project, but we'll be certainly working with the Active Transportation Committee to bring back something that I think gets us where we want to go.